If you have fond memories of your mother or grandmother canning fresh vegetables or fruit, you're likely familiar with iconic Ball mason jars. Nowadays, these show up in antique malls and thrift shops, but are they valuable? What clues can we look for to tell us how old these jars really are? Keep watching to find out what to know about Ball mason jars. Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Antiquing Adventures, where I share the vintage treasures I find in thrift stores and antique malls. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me. Once upon a time, there were five brothers by the name of Ball. In 1880, two of these brothers, Frank and Edmund, borrowed $200 from their uncle and acquired the Wooden Jacket Can Company in Buffalo, New York. Their three other brothers, George, William, and Lucius, soon joined them, and the company was renamed Ball Brothers Glass Manufacturing Company. Initially, the company produced tin cans encased in wooden jackets used to contain paint, varnish, or kerosene. The problem with these was that the chemicals in the content tended to erode the can, so the company made the shift to manufacturing glass containers in 1886. In 1887, they relocated to Muncie, Indiana, and by 1900, they were producing 240,000 jars daily, claiming to be the largest producer of fruit jars in the country. In 1922, the company was renamed the Ball Brothers Company, and in 1969, it was renamed the Ball Corporation. In the 1950s, Ball became involved in producing products used by the aerospace industry, a practice which continues today. In the late 60s, Ball began producing beverage cans and eventually rose to become the largest producer of aluminum packaging in the world. The company stopped production of glass jars in 1996. While Ball jars are still sold today, they are not manufactured by the Ball Corporation. One of the easiest ways to date Ball jars is by the logo on the front. I've included a link to a similar graphic in the description, which shows how the logo evolved over the years. As you can see, the first logo from 1885 to 86 predates the iconic script logo, as does the block letter logo, which was used between 1892 and 1896. Once the script logo came into use, the changes over the years were more subtle and require a keen eye. You may also find ball jars with extra words on them, which is an additional clue as to its age. A few jars may be a unique size, such as 40-ounce jars produced for coffee, or 42-ounce jars that were popular with bootleggers during Prohibition. Another clue to age is color. The blue-green color often associated with these jars was only produced until 1937. After 1940, most jars were clear, although some in the 1950s were amber. A fun ball jar to keep an eye out for is one with upside down lettering. These are not a manufacturing error, but were made to dispense coffee between 1900 and 1910. These are among the most valuable and, according to my research, worth more than $500 depending on condition. However, you may find some with errors such as extra or missing letters that increase their value. It's also important to know that ball jars were printed with an 1858 or 1908 patent date on them for many years. So, unfortunately, this is not an indication of how old the jar actually is. Also, the number printed on the bottom is a mold number, not the year it was made. Beyond the upside down jars, rare colors like olive green, amber, or the very rare rose purple are more valuable. Jars with a few irregular bubbles will be more valuable, but if the bubbles are evenly spaced across the jar, it's likely a reproduction. Jars with chips or cracks or with lids that are broken are less valuable, but those with a printing error or stray color swirl will be more valuable. Most vintage ball jars are valued between $15 to $50. I've included links in the description that provide very helpful information in determining the value of these jars, so be sure to check that out if you're interested. Do you collect ball jars? What are your memories of these jars in your home? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what vintage treasures you'd like me to feature in the future. If you liked this video, make sure you follow the adventure by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you on my next adventure.